Alright everyone, today's game is E-Swat Cyber Police. Now, I'm sure all of you remember Rolling Thunder, right? No, not that Rolling Thunder, this Rolling Thunder by Namco. Well, if you do, this game is kind of like that. Only it's not quite as hardcore as Rolling Thunder, because in Rolling Thunder, if you got shot one time, you died. Your health meter consisted of 2 blocks, and if you got punched, you lost 1. If you got punched again, you died. If you got hit by anything, your health meter just disappeared and you died. Well, E-Swat uses that same formula, as in it's side-scrolling, it's a shooter, you can duck and shoot, jump and shoot, you shoot straight ahead. Most enemies die in one hit, but you can actually take multiple gunshots to the head or elsewhere before you die. Which, this is a fun game. I mean, it does a few things Rolling Thunder doesn't. I mean, each game has its high and low points compared to each other. But I actually like it. Like I said, it's not quite as hardcore as Rolling Thunder, and it's kind of easy to complete. Even though in the last boss, if you die against the last boss and no lives left, you have to start over. But anyway, what you're doing here is you start out as a normal police officer, and you have to go hunt down these 3 small-time thugs who robbed a bank. If you could consider robbing a bank small time. That's a felony, buddy. Anyway, you go and you arrest these 3 guys, and after that you get to join the E-Swat division and hunt down some big-name criminals. Which, that's where the game really starts to differ from Rolling Thunder, because at first it's really similar, because I mean, you're a character, you're walking, shooting, you've got the jump up into the foreground effect thing going on. But later in the E-Swat levels, it's really different. Also, one factor that's the same throughout the whole game is the fact that you don't have to go indoors to get ammo. Of course, this means you can't use them to duck out either, so that makes it, well, not really harder, but it balances out because of the health effects. This is really similar to the coward duck fight in Metal Gear. I wonder if they didn't draw influence from this somehow. But what's funny is you can blow that girl's head off and it won't even matter. She'll just scream and it'll say, "Don't shoot the girl." Alright, so here we go. This is to catch the last guy before you get to be E-Swat. Which, the majority of the game you are E-Swat, but you have to go through these regular police officer levels first. I'd like to comment on another similar factor from Rolling Thunder is that enemies aren't too varied. In fact, even less so than in Rolling Thunder. I mean, you got the same guy in a brown jacket with the same weapon coming to kill you about 30 times. Tune up.
Get out of my way.
It's actually funny, in this boss battle, if you stand on top of the thing there, he'll stand and shake his fist at you. I don't think I did it in this one, but something to try when you're playing a game. You'd think he would, try something different, considering I'm just dodging each one and shooting him, but then again, that's why these 3 guys are in the small time part of the game. Alright, so you capture those 3 losers, and now you get to be E-Swat in the City of Liberty. I wonder if this is like Liberty City before all the stuff that happened in the Grand Theft Auto series. Anyway, now you get to hunt down some more dangerous criminals, and the levels and gameplay change a little bit. For one thing, it gets a little bit tougher. You now have special weapons. There's 3 different ones. This one goes along the ground and hits things and hopefully kills them. Also, you start out fully armored, and the more you get hit, the more your armor breaks. As you can see, now that I've lost a life and started back, my armor is back whole again. This segment is basically you're in a building that's falling down with dynamite and guys in it. And you just have to survive, because the boss over there, it only takes 1 hit to kill him. collision detection on that dynamite isn't really consistent. Sometimes you're close to the explosion and it doesn't hurt you, and sometimes it does, so it's really kind of awkward trying to get through this part. Let's see, that one got me. See, that guy just dies instantly. Alright, now you're going after a guy named Rats Lee, who was involved in hit and run and narcotics trafficking. And these are some of the most bizarre boss battles in the game. Like, look, you have to fight a tiger. Get in the car. For goodness sakes. And do they bother capturing the tiger? You know? Or, because I mean, it's a wild, illegally captured animal, obviously, but do they bother capturing it to bring it back to its rightful owners? No, they just kill it and leave it on the street and go after the next one. Like, I'm going to skip ahead to the next one here. Yeah, there's some more similar enemies. And now look at this one. You go and the guy sets a gorilla loose on you. Look. And you can't even shoot the guy over there telling the gorilla what to do. I would think, you know, there's the guy you're really after. Why not just, you know, kill him and then handle the gorilla? And they just let him run off. They've got a car, but they're going to let him run off. Alright, now this is another funny part. To catch the guy, he's got all these animals, but for some reason he's in like a monster truck. I don't know. You'd think they would have found a better, like, maybe fight some kind of flying eagle or something crazy. And look at this. I ran out of bullets, so they expect me to kick the truck to death. How do you kick a truck to death? You have to be pretty hardcore to kick a truck to death. Either that or be playing Street Fighter 3. Alright, now look at the data on this guy. They know nothing about this guy. Like, don't you have to at least know the person's name to get a warrant to arrest someone? Those are just some inconsistencies I've noticed. Last chapter gets kind of tough. Well, compared to the rest of the game, this game's not really that hard. I mean, even though you can't continue against the last boss, as long as you go into the fight with the maximum amount of lives, as long as the difficulty on the machine isn't set up really high, you should be able to beat it, because he's not that hard at all. And now look at this, your E-Swat guy is getting in a fight with like some construction equipment. The smart thing, I would think, would just be to continue walking to the right, considering that thing's on some kind of channel that it can't get off of, but then again, this is E-Swat Cyber Police, so they're going to make sure they blow up and cause as much collateral damage as possible first. Alright, this is the last level. It turns into a kind of a 70s spy movie underground base thing. You got Ask No Questions, Tell No Lies, and World Conquest and stuff written in the background. All for a guy, they don't even know what he looks like. Now, here's the last boss. The only thing that might make him difficult is these little guys. Now, these are actually a boss in an earlier level, but they come and like fight you while the last boss just sits there. But if you wait before you activate the last fight, you can actually kill all three of these guys first. So the last guy just stands there and lets you kill him. See, just stand right here and kill these two guys. Power up makes it pretty easy. Alright, now activate the last fight. And you just blow up these orbs. And the guy's finished. You beat the game. Just don't screw up and die, or you'll have to start back at the beginning as a regular cop, because if you can't beat this guy, you're not worthy of E-Swat armor. Well, here's Terensu's tips. We'll be back next week, probably with a horror game. Horrible game. Horrible game and a horror game are one and the same. Actually, it'll probably be earlier than next week. We'll see you next time.